please stand to your feet and join me in giving a rowdy welcome to Keim McGill.
Thank you, Melanie. All right, I want to hear a loud round of applause for everybody in this room that took time out of their schedule to be here. I want to hear you guys. Come on, I know you guys are louder than this. Any Virginia fans in the house? Virginia? Texas Tech? Probably not. Yeah, I had Gonzaga. I was out at the Elite Eight. But I still came in second in the family bracket, which sounds not so great, except if you knew my cousin, all you want to do is beat my cousin, and I did, so victory. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the future of HVAC, and more importantly about how I see the future and how Lennox is going to move ahead into the future of HVAC. Next year, we're going to celebrate 125 years in the HVAC business. Pretty spectacular, huh? So Tom talked about, thank you, our core values. These are the pillars that we live by. Now, the importance of core values is not just to keep us all in check, but if you're a company or you're working for a company or you're looking for a company, ask them what their core values are. Because it's really important to understand the DNA of a company, to understand if it's going to be the right fit for you. It's one of the things I looked at when I decided to join the Lennox family. But here's the thing about core values. A lot of companies have a written set of core values, but they're only tested when times get tough. Right? When times are easy, you can say, oh yeah, this is the kind of company we are. But when times get tough and you've got to make those really, really hard decisions, that's when you really check whether or not you're committed to the core values that you put in place. So some of you in the room might know this, but we were hit with our biggest challenge in our 123 years last July. An F3 tornado hit our Marshalltown manufacturing plant. It's our largest manufacturing facility. It produces the majority of our Lennox heating and cooling equipment. So you'd think something like that could devastate a company. It's going to do one of two things. It's either going to tear you apart or it's going to bring you together. And I'm very, very proud to say that because our company is absolutely committed to our core values, it was the second that became true. We became a very close, tight group. And because of our core values throughout this entire journey that we've been on for the last 7 months, we were able to navigate our way fairly seamlessly when you see what I'm going to show you next. So if a picture's worth 1,000 words, I've got a video to show you just what we went through and what we faced starting last July. Take a look.
So we have tornado drills all the time. Buildings have been torn into pieces.
It was actually a very beautiful summer day in Iowa until 3:32 when the tornado alarm went off on our plane.
The F3 tornado was violently tore through town on Thursday, pounded the Lennox heating and cooling plant.
Marshalltown is where we were founded.
Marshalltown is Lennox. It's the root of what the family tradition is. Many of our employees have been here for more than 20, 30, or even 40 years. It is pretty bad over there. You can see rubble everywhere. The east side of that plant is demolished and the roof is just gone. You have never seen such widespread damage from a tornado. I never have.
You just didn't know what to do besides to just hang on and hope for the best.
Look at it, the roof is gone.
Yeah.
Well, you have to over there.
Immediately after the tornado hit us, it got quiet. There is no noise, there is no one talking. So I'm the first one opening the door into the factory. And the first thing that I see, something that you don't want to see, which is
in their camps a yellow book, which is the book that contains all of our emergency procedures. And they are already opening in the page that it says what is the next step that everyone needs to do.
From our training within an hour, we had everything shut off, which I thought was a remarkable job by everybody.
This is our livelihood. And the question was, what are we gonna do?
I'm 50 years old. Am I gonna find another job? That's how bad this place was.
The very next day, my boss was here. We have people from corporate offices here. We have first responder, a company here, Balfour, walking with us in the facility, assessing the damage, and we were already getting on a table to start planning the strategy about what we were going to do.
The first thing I saw was our employees, there's about 5 of them, standing near a gate, and they had been there all night. And they were just standing watch, making sure nobody went in, to keep everybody safe first and foremost. But they were protecting the company assets, making sure that everything stayed safe, that nobody was pulling anything out of the factory. And then as I made the round, there was part of a fence missing, and there was another group of employees that had been there all night. And about a dozen different places around the entire factory, the Marshall County team stationed themselves to protect our employees and protect others from going in and out and protect our assets. So it was a humbling thing to see.
It never crossed my mind that we were not going to come back.
Monday night, I got the call to come to work on Tuesday, and it was shortly after that I think they made the announcement that they were gonna rebuild. I was very happy.
We had to meet outside to get our gear. So I felt like it was my first day. Then I walked through in the light. It rained, drops in the old meeting building. I felt like I was working in a mine.
7 days, 7 minutes after the tornado, we were producing our first critical power.
We started making parts again on temporary power. There was no wall on either side of the press, and there was no roof over the press. It had a piece of plastic draped over.
These guys have been working 7 days a week. I believe at first we worked 49 days straight.
Their dedication to get this plant back up and running, I've never seen it before in my life.
To me, we did the impossible. I don't think anybody thought that in 1 week we'd have a machine run, and in 4 weeks we'd have an air conditioner built, and then 3 months later we'd be making a furnace.
We banded together, we're rebuilding this plant, we're giving product to our customer. We are Lennox strong.
Whether it was Dallas or another site or, anyone else across the company, everyone came together.
We come to work to do our job and get a furnace or an air conditioner off the line. And we did it.
We were not going to let this outcast disappear.
This community relies on Lennox. Lennox relies on the community.
People you work with are like family. They've proven how strong Lennox is.
In an environment where we didn't have a roof, we didn't have the size of the wall, and we had a whole back part of our building gone. That's a true testament of the grit and dedication of the people here.
Our customers are going to see it when they receive the same product that they've always received. The safest product, the best product that money can buy. That's how we're going to do our job. You can see behind me that we are well on our way to recovery. We're back in business, and we're here to stay.
Yeah. So let me give you a little bit of insight on the backstory behind this. So you can see the devastation. The roof was gone. It started raining. They'd have to come in. They'd have to mop the plant out before they could get to work. That plant also supplies parts and accessories needed for our other manufacturing plants. So they had to load up semi-trucks with equipment, anything that they could get out, and get it to a remote facility so that they could get those parts built and back to work. But there's also machinery inside the facility that can't be moved that's critical. So they had to build buildings, temporary buildings around that equipment so they could get it up and operational. There was no electricity. There was no running water. We had to ship in water. With water means there's no plumbing. No plumbing means no restrooms. So you can imagine what they had to do there. So they had a lot of temporary porta potties outside. The other thing is there's no electricity, and winter came early in Iowa. These guys had to show up 35 degrees inside the plant and work in parkas in order to manufacture parts and equipment so that we could continue to supply all of our customers and they could take care of the homeowners they'd made promises to. So as we look at this group, our hats are off to all of them and everybody inside of Lennox that came together for it. And I do want to take a moment to thank all of our dealers in the room that stuck with us through all of this. So thank you. So good thing is we're back up and running. We're back at full capacity. So less than a year, we're up and running and back in business. So very exciting for all of us. Okay. So let's take a look forward at the economy. I only have a few slides on this, but there's a lot of noise in the market right now. You can't turn on the TV without some political pundits talking about what's going to happen in the future, what's recession's going to come, Trump's going to do this, we're going to get, increased pricing, whatever that might be. But as we like to say, turn off the TV, turn off the radio, because Main Street has a different story. We're fairly healthy. Housing is still solid. We're still building homes, right? Consumer confidence is still high. Unemployment is low. These are the three things we look at to determine whether or not we believe the future is bright in front of us. More importantly, there's this millennial echo. And what we mean by that is all those homes that were built during the boom that had HVAC installed during that peak, all of those units are now aging. And aging units start to need replacing, or at least repairs. So all that is happening in front of us. The other thing to remember is equipment doesn't care what's going on in the economy, does it? It doesn't look and say, I can't break today because the economy's not so strong. It doesn't care. It breaks. It breaks when it's going to break. Let me ask you this. How many of you would live in a house without heating or air conditioning? You'd live in a house without heating? Yeah, no, right? I did this just as Simon says. No, none of us would. So regardless of what's happening in the economy, we've got equipment out there that's going to need to be repaired or replaced. So as we look at it, the future is quite bright. More importantly, as Dave pointed out, we do have a shortage of installers in this industry. In fact, it's predicted that we're going to need 115,000 employees infused into our industry by 2022. So how many of you are in high school, college? Yeah, this is a great industry to look at. How many of you are just a couple years into HVAC? Yeah, so a lot of new people in here. Think about this. There aren't many industries that without a doubt there's going to be a future for you. Healthcare, people are going to keep getting sick. Funerals, it's a little morbid, and HVAC. And more importantly, look around the room and meet some of the dealers in this room. You can chart your own course, control your own destiny, and own your own business one day. It's a really, really viable, exciting industry. And when I show you my view of it, I hope you agree with me when we get done. Because, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to go so quick. Let me back up. I'm going to show you a video now, make sure our volume is up, okay guys, on how we look at the future of HVAC. Take a look.
A lot of people come into the HVAC industry and they don't necessarily see it as a career because they haven't seen the whole picture. And what we can do in this industry can absolutely change the direction and trajectory of a person's life, from the installer all the way up to the executive.
I just went to trade school, and they taught me most of the things I can learn, and then on-the-job training, you learn as you go. At first, I was worried, not very big, I'm a female, but my instructor, he saw me in class, he hired me on, and in the 4 years that I've been in HVAC, my income's probably quadrupled. I got hired in customer service, and just working through the training and through that role, I actually grew to love this industry. We can get individuals to go into trade school to learn more about the industry. We've got the work. HVAC is not going anywhere.
When we talk about a career choice, I think that word career is the one that needs to be As long as people occupy a space, it's got to be heated or cooled. So as long as that happens, you're going to have the opportunity to have a job.
As long as people, thank you. As long as people occupy a space, it needs to be heated and cooled. So think about this. This isn't just an industry where you're affecting heating and cooling, is it? You're affecting lives. Because people deserve to be comfortable in their own home. And when you think about it, we're on a quest to create the perfect environment. Or as we like to say, we're in pursuit of perfect air. So what do we mean by air, right? We always think about temperature, right? Or when you think about air, you think about, IAQ, the quality of air, allergies, pollen, dust. The reality is, we don't just breathe it, we live in it, right? We kind of take it for granted. But think about this. Think about your best day. The day when it was perfect for you. You were the most relaxed. You go, this was just the perfect day. You might be able to describe where you were, the setting, maybe how it smelled, maybe the sounds around you. But if I ask you to think hard, you can probably tell me what the air felt like. Right? Because did you know there is a perfect temperature for sleeping? Probably know that. Did you know there's a perfect temperature for studying, for learning? Perfect temperature for productivity? Perfect temperature for relaxation and meditation? And the thing about it, that temperature, that perfect temperature is individual. Because if I went around the room and said, what's your perfect temperature for sleeping? It would vary. In fact, the study says it's between 60 and 67. It's a pretty wide range. And we can actually feel the difference, a monumental difference in 3 degrees. So the idea of being able to dial in a customer's or a homeowner's perfect degree of perfection is really key. And all of you have the power to do that. So when you think about what you're doing, what you're affecting in people's homes, you're not just repairing or replacing equipment. You're actually changing the way they live their lives. So, went backwards. So think about the home. How many of you guys are staying in the hotel? Good number of you. How many of you travel every now and then? So you go places. Somewhere during that time that you're on vacation or you're staying in a nice hotel, or maybe even just you're sitting here right now thinking, I can't wait to go home. How many of you guys think that? I can't wait to go home. Right? So why is that? I mean, especially if you're staying here, this is a nice hotel. Right? Good food, someone's cleaning up after you. I don't know about you, it doesn't happen for me at home. But what is it about home that makes us all want to get back there so badly? It's a happy place, right? It's that place you created just for you. You decorated it the way you want it to. You've got your favorite stuff there, right? It's where you celebrate with all your friends. It's where you raise your families. It's where you create memories. It's where you go to relax. It's where you go to breathe. This is what you guys affect for people every single day. So let me show you a video. Now this is the essence of where we're taking our campaign, but more importantly, this is how I view what we do in the HVAC industry. It's not some box. It's lives that we're affecting. Let me show you what I mean. air is life. Make it perfect. Do you guys agree with this? Yeah? Perfect air. It's what affects us. So let's talk about Lennox for a minute. One of the things is, yes, we make equipment. We make equipment to help people control the way the air is around them and how they want to feel. But as we think about Lennox, we're a premium brand. That's what I want you to remember. Strong brands don't try to be all things to all people. We are a premium brand, and we're proud to be a premium brand. And I think most of you in the room would be proud to represent, if you don't already, a premium brand. So as we look at Lennox, we're not Walmart. There are some brands that are basic heating and cooling, good enough equipment, and they don't mind, playing in the bottom, and that's great. There's a place for them. We're not Target. Our level of service is better. If you ask any of our dealers in the room, right, we provide a higher level of service for the homeowner, build relationships with them. When you think about Lennox, where we start our brand story, kind of using the same department store analogy, our Merit line would be aligned with Macy's, right? A little bit higher level of service, a little bit higher quality of product. Still available for the masses, for the most part, but a little bit higher quality, as I said. Our elite brand would be Nordstrom's, that more premier level of service. And then the creme de la creme, our Dave Lennox Signature Series, would be Neiman Marcus. When you want the best of the best, this is where you go. So here's how we write our brand statements then. When you think about Merit, welcome to the Lennox Standard of Excellence. Merit Series is the introductory product line that raises the bar for heating and cooling equipment. Don't settle when it comes to the air in your home. Ask for more. Ask for Merit. Ask more from your air. Then when we think about Elite, Elite Series takes the Lennox promise of exceptional comfort and performance to the next level. This superior product family delivers remarkable efficiency. It's time to elevate your environment. It's time for Lennox Elite. Elevate your air. And then when we think about the Dave Lennox Signature Collection, Dave Lennox Signature Collection is the ultimate in creating the ideal home. From supreme efficiency to unprecedented performance, this product family delivers incomparable comfort. For those unwilling to settle for anything less than extraordinary, there is only one option, the Dave Lennox Signature Collection. Transcend your air. So what we've got is a full product family that allows you to help consumers transform the air in their home and give them the choices they need in order to dial in their own degree of perfection. What do you guys think? So it's important when you're talking to the homeowner, we don't speak HVAC as homeowners, right? You're going to learn a lot of tech talk for some of you that are new here. But remember, consumers don't know how to tell you what they want when you ask them. They don't research HVAC. They don't have it on their dream board. They don't have the 25 SEER posted on the refrigerator dreaming of one day to have it and research it every single night. But they can tell you how they want to feel. Every homeowner knows how they want to feel. And if you start asking them how they want to feel, they will lead you down the path for you to determine and help them make the right choices that are right for them. So, as I said earlier, you're in the business not of HVAC. That's what you do. You install HVAC, you repair HVAC, sure. But you're really in the business to affect lives. So I'm going to leave you with one more video.
People were created from relationships, and there's a direct relationship between what you do for a living and what you do for people. What we do here and what we can do in this industry can absolutely change the direction and trajectory of a person's life.
And we don't have a lot of younger people coming into this industry. We need people capable of working on air conditioning systems as we move forward, because heating
furniture, or you're interested in sticking with the service side, you can go on to work for one of the manufacturers, you can go into own a business. There's no shortage of work in this industry, whether it's heating or cooling, and it's applicable across the entire world.
It's so critical to be able to provide for yourself, for your family, for your community, and the HVAC industry certainly has that stability in it.
So it's perfect timing for an individual to come into the HVAC industry, and don't be afraid to work in your craft. Become a student of the game. Figure out what it is that's going to make you good at what you do, and every single day you get up and you go do that.
So, you guys ready to change the conversation? Here's what I mean by that. Let's change the conversation. Let's connect air to the profound effect it has on people's lives. Air is life. Go make it perfect. Thank you.